Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another Ultimate Review. In this episode, I'm going to give you the most in depth and unbiased review of the Tagg Verve Max Smartwatch. But before we begin, if you do enjoy watching my videos and find these helpful, please consider smashing that like button, subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and after watching this review, if you think that the Tagg Verve Max is the kind of watch that you want, then my only request is that you use the link of this product given in the description below to make your purchase. You have my word, it's not going to cost you anything extra, but you guys will be helping me run this channel and produce more such high quality and helpful content just for you guys. Okay, so with that said, let's begin. Now, once again, Tagg has done a wonderful job with the packaging, so it doesn't feel like any other flimsy smartwatch jammed inside a usual typical flimsy box. So they've put care into the packaging and the unboxing felt premium. Now inside the watch, you get some paperwork, and the most important out of that is the user manual. You also get the magnetic charging cable, and of course you get the watch and the strap. Now these are separate in the box, and attaching them is really simple and very easy to do so. Now the strap is also silicone and it feels quite sturdy, and it's got enough holes, so if you have a very thick wrist or a thin one, it doesn't matter, it's going to fit you just fine. Now in terms of features, you obviously have live watch faces, 24 sports modes that you can choose from, IP68 waterproofing, 24/7 heart rate monitor. It's got a slim design coming at only 9.2 millimeters. It's got sleep tracking, real-time blood oxygen monitor, in-app GPS. It's got around 6 days of working time depending on various factors such as the screen brightness and whether you have 24-hour health monitoring on. And it's obviously got app and call notifications. Okay, so let's talk about the build of the Tagg Verve Max. So now, the body of the watch, as they claim, is metal, and it's just 9.2 millimeters thick, so it feels very light on your wrist. And while having a metal body is definitely a worthy upgrade over the flimsy, cheap feeling plastic that many other watches offer at this price range, I would say that Tagg has other watches which have a aluminium body where those feel a tad bit more premium than the Tagg Verve Max. Now this is no slouch, but just if I compare, and because I've used, I feel that those felt a bit more premium than this. So while this is good, it's not great. Now the display. So the Tagg Verve Max is boasting a 1.78-inch IPS screen, which goes up to 500 nits of brightness. Now the brightness is decent. It's not very blindingly bright, but it is very clearly visible. And the UI that helps you maneuver and move about in this watch is also very intuitive, it's smooth and quite responsive. So overall, with this large screen and the new UI that they've developed for this watch, I think is a very good combination, and for the most part it works really well. Now the sharpness of the screen, while is good, but I feel that again, Tagg has other smartwatches that offer a far sharper screen. So while this is not poor by any means, but I personally feel that the sharpness could have been better. Now, as with all smartwatches in this price range, it comes with a companion app. And for the Tagg Verve Max, that is the Tagg Sports app. So you download it from the App Store or Play Store, depending on whichever device you're on. Now, once you install this, you input your data so that you get the most accurate readings, and then you pair it with your watch. So once it's paired, at a glance, you can see the steps you've walked, the calories you've burnt. Now, using the app, you can select from 100 watch faces. You can download even more. You can even set a picture that you've taken on your phone as a watch face. Now, because the watch allows for notifications from apps and calls, and you can also pick and choose using the Tagg Sports app which apps you want to be notified by, and these are very basic notifications, as you can see. So at a glance, you can just see from which app you're getting notified by, what the notification is, and then you can dismiss it. And as for calls, you can just disconnect the calls, but you can't answer them or make calls from your watch. Okay, now let's quickly talk about the things it can monitor. The health monitors. So it can monitor your heart rate, your blood oxygen saturation, and your blood pressure. Before I give you my verdict on how accurate these are, let's just get one thing clear, and that these watches, these readings that they give you are never 100% accurate. And that's obvious. It doesn't matter how expensive your smartwatches are or how cheap they are. These are always at best estimates. So you always take these with a grain of salt. And if you really want to monitor them seriously, then you rely on traditional medical devices. Having said that, now what I always worry about is that how off the readings are. While these are estimates, they should at least be as close to a perfect reading as possible, because some people in certain situations might actually need that reading. So, as with the heart rate and with the blood oxygen saturation, now these two were fairly accurate. I compared it with other devices and more or less all of them gave me the exact same reading. And the good thing is, when the watch was not on my wrist and I just hung it in the air, it didn't take any reading and it prompted me to put it on my wrist. Now, this was very reassuring. Now, when I put my iPhone against the watch and it covered the sensor, it took a reading of the heart rate, the blood oxygen saturation, and even a blood pressure. So it got all these three readings. So where was it getting these readings from? It's a non-living object. So this is where again, it kind of made things a bit dicey. And that's why I keep saying that you can't trust these 100%. These are estimates. It just goes to show that you cannot blindly trust these, but just use these at best as estimates. Especially with the blood pressure monitor, it's best that if you're ever feeling under the weather, if you think your pressure is high or low, always use a traditional blood pressure monitor and don't ever rely solely on a smartwatch to give you this reading, because it's always going to be very, very different from what your actual blood pressure is. Now, again, this watch does not have an inbuilt GPS. It's got in-app GPS. So basically this means that it uses the GPS in your phone. So when you start a workout where you want to see the route you've taken, the distance you've covered, so you start the workout from your phone using the Tagg Sports app, and then you can get a feedback of how many kilometers or miles you've walked, and you can also get a feedback on the calories you've burned and the steps you've taken. Now, in my testing, I found that it does pick up your wrist movement as steps. So the step count is not really that accurate, and even though I tested this stationary in my room and when I turned on the GPS, that workout using the Tagg Sports app, even though I was not moving, it did consider that to be like that I've walked some distance. So I don't think it's that accurate, but nonetheless, these all should serve as just an estimate. So guys, overall, the Tagg Verve Max is not a bad watch. It's not something that has impressed me and blown me away beyond something that I have been used to in the past. No, but I think somewhere because I've been very impressed with smartwatches by Tagg in the past, that I found this to be not as good as the ones I've reviewed from Tagg. Nonetheless, if you are a fan of a very lightweight smartwatch that is slim, that is made of metal, that's got the square design and a large screen with a very decent brightness, and it comes with all the bells and whistles like the workout modes and the notifications and the IP68 waterproofing, if these are what you're looking for, then this is a watch to consider. And always remember that it doesn't matter if the watch is 1,000 rupees or 50,000 rupees. If a smartwatch, if a health tracker such as this is going to push you to lead a healthier life, to be more active, then it is a win for the watch and for you, especially you. So don't worry about how inaccurate the readings are, but if just having the Tagg Verve Max on your wrist is going to make you more active and strive to be a healthier person, then by all means you should go for it, because ultimately it is a companion, and a smartwatch or a health tracker is going to be as active or as healthy as you are going to really want to be personally. So guys, that's my verdict, that's my review of the Tagg Verve Max. I hope you've enjoyed it. Like I said, the link of this product is in the description below. If after getting my verdict that you've heard right now, if you're still interested in this watch, then by all means, you can go for it. And my only request is that you use the link of this product given in the description below to make your purchase, so that you can help my channel grow and I can make more such content for you guys. And of course, if you have enjoyed the video, please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, I'll catch you guys very soon in the next one. Cheers.